Jazz. Like, shut this fuck. I'd rather listen to diarrhea. It's horrible.
They got to keep it safe in the bathroom.
Oh,
it's either,
well, then go with the 80s or something.
It's either the Frank Sinatra channel or some Starbucks type channel.
No one wants
in
to
the bathroom.
hear.
We're a bunch of nerds.
With the dumb drums and piano that don't go together. Jazz sucks assholes.
Can we request a better channel in the bathroom?
Hate jazz. Making requests for the bathroom, that'd be good.
Why not?
I don't know. They can keep it safe with, like, fucking light FM music. Something like that. Fucking 80s shit. 90s.
Steve-O wrote a book, brother.
I know. What the fuck?
Professional Idiot, a memoir.
Yeah, dude.
It's a great cover, man.
We haven't
Great
seen
title.
We haven't seen you in about maybe 4 or 5 months, right?
8 months.
It's been that long?
Wow.
Are you still sober?
Shit, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Good for you, man.
Yeah, at least you can talk today.
Chapter 15 is just called "My Son Is a Shit Fuck."
Dad got involved.
I just happened to open it.
That just sold the. Oh, is your mom?
That's fucking.
You just
great.
sold the book right there.
A shit fuck.
And thanks, Steve-O, for stopping by. You don't have to sing
great.
anymore if there's a chapter that says that.
That's the title of the chapter.
My son is a shit fuck. There it is. Why wait to chapter 15 on that one?
Well, I don't
He
know.
was probably a good little boy. Were you a good boy growing up?
It's a special story, man.
Yeah.
That's the best title chapter, even though hookers, trannies, and Makos is up there. Oh my!
Yeah, that's the chapter where I talk about the time that tranny sucked my dick in D.C.
How was it?
You'd expect a dude to do a better job, man. I was underwhelmed. Of course, at the time, I didn't really see. I gotta give you the story on this because I was told that this individual was a hermaphrodite or had been a hermaphrodite and had an operation to remove the dude parts, leaving nothing but chick, right? You know, and I didn't, you know, let that slow me down, you know, like. So I went back to my hotel with this individual. You know, I was hammered, and I remember feeling like, okay, you know, here's this hermaphrodite. It's kind of weird, like, but this person seems like genuinely troubled. You know, like they really seem like a sad, sort of like wounded person, and I want them to feel like worthy of affection. You know, and like, so I'm gonna like, you know, dude, I'm gonna go through with this here. You know, and like. So I got this underwhelming blowjob. Like I was snuggled. Played the great fake boobs on this dude, right? but the prosthetic pussy was off limits, right?
What made the boobs so good?
They were just good looking boobs.
Because they can't figure that out sometimes.
Right, you know. And later I found out that the hermaphrodite story wasn't even true at all. It was a full on dude.
Oh,
Did you see the
dude?
It was like a post-op tranny, you know. And I point out in the book, you know, that, fuck, man, if I knew it was a full-on tranny, like, I very well might have gone through with it anyway, you know?
Sometimes you have to for the story.
Yeah, and you know, I say that, fuck, man, I've had sex with plenty of chicks that looked way more like a dude than that dude did.
Right.
Like, this is a pretty good deal.
Dude, I'm looking. Your mom looks really hot in '68 here.
Yeah, she's really hot.
That nursing student picture.
Yeah,
Did you check his mom out?
Yeah, I did look at that.
That's like
wow.
68 fucking yeah.
Yeah, I was conflicted about the tranny story, you know, like I put it in, but I say that like all of our like, you know, running around in thongs and all of our homoerotic stuff, that it's been like a real noble effort on our part to rid the world of homophobia, you know.
Right.
How can I say that I'm not down with homophobia if I'm not willing to admit that a dude sucked my dick?
Yeah, to really make the jump there and commit.
But a dude didn't. She was a lady, and I will die with that.
Oh, is that your
She's a lady.
That's how Jimmy justifies it.
Absolutely. She's a lady who happens to have a penis. So what?
She's a lady trapped inside the body of a dude who got his dick cut off.
Yes, if you want to be crass about that delightful young woman.
That waft of man breath when you go to take a piss later.
Yeah, the burps are awful. There's nothing worse than a fucking tranny Pabst Blue Ribbon burp. Yeah, you never want the fucking tranny burp after they blow you. What nationality?
What nationality
was this young lady
individual?
from? Yes.
It was an American person.
But I mean, was she black? Was she Latin or Asian?
That's not nationality, I don't think. But there's a Caucasian. Caucasian.
Oh,
American.
okay. Yeah, white ones can go either way. Black ones tend to be thuggish, and like more masculine. It's harder for black guys to be feminine. The best ones, I guess, would be Asian. Can be very delicate. Although some of the Latin ones, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
But they always have a tattoo. That's the worst part. There's always fucking one man. It's like, do you have to have a horseshoe tattooed on you? There's no need for that.
Just one
There's
big
always
man
one fucking
tattoo?
arm. Yeah, it's
They
like
decided.
USMC.
They decided to make the move after the tats. I guess.
And they have like that one. The biceps are always well defined, and they always have fucking man legs. There's a couple of things that will give away an Latin transsexual.
Yeah.
And the cock.
That's great.
And the cock. Yes.
I got to ask Steve-O, as I look at all the great pictures in the book, by the way.
Thanks, man.
And I see a fish hook through your cheek. I see a leech coming out of your eyeball.
Oh, yeah.
Puking, and then your nipple being shot. And
that's something that didn't make. The day we filmed that for Jackass 3D, it didn't make it into Jackass 3D. It didn't even make it into Jackass 3.5.
Why? What's the problem?
Because they don't want little kids pointing guns at their chest and pulling the picture or pulling the trigger.
So how do you get that footage out there? Is there a way you can get that footage out there?
I can't, man. I still have the BB in my nipple.
Wow.
It says right on the caption of that picture. You see the rifle pointed at my nipple.
Yeah, it's sick.
You see the after
You
picture.
see this picture?
You see that the after picture where it went in and tried to come out but didn't quite. So I still have the BB in there. And it says on the caption, man, you can feel the BB. Just ask. Like it's fine.
Well, we kind of all want to feel, but it would be really gay.
I would get the heebie-jeebies.
Jimmy, you want to feel for the?
Here, give
Jimmy,
me.
you gotta do it for the show. For the show,
here.
the BB. You can feel where the BB is.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Why are you keeping the BB in there?
Because, man, I love that shit.
Oh, so you could get it. You could get it out if you want.
I'm sure I could.
Okay.
But it's
a war
body
wound.
art.
Can I ask you, after seeing a bunch of those pictures, what's the craziest thing you've done that you feel you've done?
Ryan Dunn, he's another guy in Jackass. I had him. He choked me unconscious 6 times in a row. Like, he literally strangled me unconscious, dropped me to the ground, twitching. If you look on YouTube under Steve-O put in Steve-O chokes, you can see Dunn and they strangle me unconscious 6 times in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really something, man. Like another time, I found an unemployed registered nurse, talked her into putting an IV in my arm, and shot up 5 ounces of vodka through the IV.
Did you get sick from that or no?
I remember my arm burning, it felt like it was burning, but I don't know, it was just a mess at the time. I remember I had I put on my special hospital gown with my butt hanging out.
Yeah.
I just wheeled the IV stand down
you
to
were
the
wheeling
bar.
it around.
We all saw it.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that one. That must have hurt. That's not meant to go into your blood like that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, for all I knew, that was at the time. Like, I was really rolling the dice with my life.
Yeah, that could have killed you.
It turned out to be not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of Wild Boys. That's never coming back, huh?
Nah, I don't think so. No, I'm sure it won't.
But you guys pretty much have done as much as you can with that too, right?
It's a travel show, man. The last trip, I got a funny story about Wild Boys, man. Because every time with Jackass and Wild Boys, whenever we submit a television show, like an episode, it has to go through the standards and practices department, right? And so they'll censor out shit that they're just not going to let you put on TV.
Yeah.
So we always put in shit that we know is just completely fucking unacceptable.
Wow.
And so it's okay. They're called red herrings. We know we're going to lose that.
Right.
But then when it comes down to something that's right on the line, we say, hey, you took that, let us keep this. So we're in Russia filming the final episode of Wild Boys, and we want to really let the standards and practices department get a special episode, right? So our director hires these Russian hookers. Okay, we had these polar bear suits with big polar bear heads, and that. So we got these 2 naked Russian hookers, just naked hookers with polar bear heads on, and then me and someone else in the crew with the full polar bear suits with holes cut out. Right? We're fucking these. I'm literally fucking a Russian hooker on camera. We're filming it. Can
we do this? Sirius.
So that you know, so that, and we were so satisfied with the notes from Standards and Practices. Please take out the polar bear orgy. You know, like, so great. I love that shit. And Jeff Tremaine, the director of Jackass, like, he will swear up and down like that was not, he did not pay those hookers with MTV's money. No, that was his money.
Came out of his pocket.
Right.
Hey,
right,
when
right.
you shot in Moscow, did they know you there?
No, well, I don't know. Maybe yes.
A little bit here and
maybe
there?
a little bit here and there. Man, like when we were in Russia, there was some like novelty shop, and they had like this like 9mm handgun, like cast iron handgun. But when you pulled the trigger, it was like a lighter, you know. But this thing was a fucking cast iron 9mm replica, right? And so we fucking show up at the airport in Moscow. We're flying out, and our fucking line producer guy, like the uptight red tape jerk, you know, like I fucking, we pull up to the airport, and I go fucking stick this gun in his carry-on bag.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh
and like
shit!
we're trying to go through the airport, and fucking, I mean, dude, cops are like swarming from all over the airport. They got this fucking dude, like, it was awesome, man. It was fucking awesome.
Hey, before moving on from Wild Boys, what's the one animal you were scared of, or creature, or insect?
The most intimidating one, I think, was a wombat. You know, I mean, obviously venomous snakes, big cats, and bulls, you know, like they pose a real threat, you know, but
a real scare.
But the most angry fucking son of a bitch was called a wombat.
What is a wombat?
It's somewhere between Tasmanian devil and koala bear, and it's fucking pissed, man.
How big is it?
It's just this little fucking pissed off hedgehog looking thing.
It's just angry all the time.
Yeah. I remember there was no we were in it got like one of our shoes and just fucking they just like a paper shredder to the shoe, and there was no getting us back in there.
What did you have to do to it? I'm sorry, what did you have to do to it? The wombat?
It was you know, like that's what Wild Boys was. It was basically go to zoos, fucking get in the cage and hope to bleed.
You put those. We were talking about this the other day. You put those gloves on with the ants inside.
Yeah.
What are they? Fire ants or some shit?
Nah, they're bullet ants, man. Yeah.
Right. Bullet ants.
Yeah, fire ants are really not that big of a deal, man.
Yeah, compared to bullet ants.
I'll never forget, because we were on another trip, and like, I don't know, some other trip, and we did like one bullet ant, and fucking this shit was fucked. We were crying. You know, that fucking thing was a glove full of the sons of bitches.
A glove full, and like, what the fuck could that feel like,
dude? It was probably that was probably the worst. The worst.
Really?
And
Pain.
as far as the animals, yeah.
How long did you last in the gloves?
I don't know. I can't remember. There was one glove. Pontius had it first. His hand looked like fucking Mickey Mouse's fucking hand. Like the next day, his hand, like, literally.
It was all swollen. Yeah.
I got it a lot easier because I put the glove on after Pontius, which means I was sharing needles with him.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
oh man.
But yeah, like the venom, like they were running a little lower on it, so I didn't get it quite as bad.
They were all tired and used to a hand by the time you got to go on the hand. Fucking false alarm.
Yeah, you guys were screaming.
Yeah, you know, and it's not. I mean, I guess people liked the footage, but it's not the kind of thing that really translates, man. You know, It's pretty pointless to have done it.
I found it hysterically funny, that show. Just whenever you guys would start really getting pissed off. Like, no, I'm not fucking doing this again. That's it.
Right.
For some reason, that was some of the funniest shit.
Sure, man. If you know, you don't want to see a guy who's all gung ho. Like, sure, yeah. You know, like, I don't care.
Screw that.
That's why I think that that my footage in Jackass 3D was like really like improved, you know, because I was fucking hating it. Here I'm totally sober, and I'm like, fucking dude, I'm doing this, and. You know, I was dreading this shit more than ever when I, doing it sober, but I was also like more eager to do this shit because I'm like, man, I'm gonna fucking prove that this shit didn't turn me into a pussy, man.
Yeah.
You were great in Jackass 3D. A couple people saying 3.5 better. They liked it better even, which hard to believe. I haven't seen it yet. What kind of stuff is in that?
You know, I'm certainly a more macho character in 3.5. You know, like Jackass 3D, it was like I just did all the gross shit, you know, but like the more brave stuff, like there's this they have this fucking box that it's called a rat zapper, you know, and it like lures fucking big ass rats into it.
Yeah.
and it operates on like 6 huge D batteries, you know, and fucking the rat gets lured into it and it just gets electrocuted to death, right? I was in this fucking halfway house and my roommate was just killing rats all day long, fucking with this rat tapper. So I'm thinking, oh man, I emailed Jeff Tremaine, the director, and I'm like, dude, let's get like a metal, like wind up like mouse or rat. We'll connect metal wires to the wind up metal rat and fucking with alligator clips on the end. We'll connect the clips to my fucking balls and we'll send the fucking the wind up thing. It's so funny, man. We did it in 3.5. Fucking wind up this little son of a bitch, fucking, and it's just like, you know, like walking slowly into it. I'm duct taped down to this big ass chair because I know there's no chance of me fucking like not like, you know, interfering. And oh my god, that was horrible.
Fucking electricity into your balls.
Pretty brave thing to do, man.
Wait, you didn't test it first? You just on camera?
No, they tested it on the fucking the prop department guys. Poor bastards. But they just did it on like whatever. Yeah, no, it seemed like that could go bad. And then another thing in 3.5, I wound up hospitalized with 2nd-degree burns up the whole left side of my body. This fire gauntlet bullshit. I'm on this fucking this balance beam over all these like fucking hot coals and, you know, flames and all this shit, and they're swinging these flaming kerosene balls at me to knock me off the balance beam. And Jeff Tremaine's like, yeah, it's not going to show up anywhere unless you you know, get laid out, you know, like side to land with my whole body on the coals.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, real brave guy, you know.
Are you we're promoting the book, obviously. A lot of the stuff is in it. Steve-O, Professional Idiot, a memoir. You still doing stand-up?
I am, dude. I've been on tour nonstop since I was here last.
You're loving it?
I'm loving it, dude. You know, like, it's kind of like, I've been doing, like, as much of stunts. Like, I'll do stand-up for, like, 30 minutes, and then I'll do stunts for 30 minutes, you know? So I'm like, you know.
So you're beating up your body every night?
Big time, man. And like, I was thinking stand-up would be a good way to like preserve myself, you know, and like not have to kick my own ass so much. But like, shit, man, like it's a Steve-O show. So I feel like I really, you know, I just don't know how to not kick my own ass for a Steve-O show, you know. And like in these comedy clubs, I'm doing 6 shows per weekend. And so like what was supposed to preserve me is just infinitely more abusive with all the repetition. But I just got back from Australia and New Zealand and did theaters over there. So I mean, I was fucking just getting covered in blood and engulfed in flames and just going for it like back in the day, you know? That felt great, man. I wanted to be more like, I want to like not do comedy clubs so much just because I have to repeat them. Mm-hmm. So now I'm thinking about trying to, you know, get like some of the rest of the guys in Jackass and put together like a, you know,
a little traveling show.
Yeah, like I used to, man. It used to be like me and Wee Man and Dunn or Pontius. You know, it was like me and 2 of the other guys all the time, and we'd do big theaters. And like I think it's time to bring that shit back. You know,
do you guys get together aside from when you're working?
Yeah, you know, like I mean, we do. Typically, that involves everybody getting hammered, and I don't need to be around that. You know, like it's important for me to check my motives, man. Like if I'm gonna be around people getting loaded, like I got to be like, okay, what's my reason? You know, do I have a legit reason?
What do you do when you're, you know, to not drink? I guess is the
you know,
picking up some hobbies or anything, golf or anything.
Yeah, I'm a real whore.
Is that the? Yeah.
You never know, man. I might have to do something about that too.
Oh, the sex, it's brutal, brutal.
But it's I mean, it's like anything else, man. You find people who have more experience with that shit, and you can get connected with them, and you know, you just don't try and do it on your own.
I ask because a lot of guys are struggling out there. So
yeah, big time, man.
It's very interesting to hear your story.
You know, you can't make someone want to get better, man. You know, like I needed the helpful nudge of getting locked up in the psych ward the way I did, and thankfully when you know, it's so funny when you know you got a serious fucking problem when the Jackass guys come over to lock you up in the psych ward. You know.
Yeah, those guys like probably the worst for an intervention.
How bad did you want to point fingers at them?
Well, you know, like it wasn't really like that. I mean, I could have pointed anything I wanted, and it wasn't a yes or no question. You know, it was like, you know, we're taking you. You know, you go willingly or we kick your ass. You know, oh, kick my ass, okay, I'll go. You know? And you know, so I get there, I get to the hospital, and I'm all belligerent, and they change my 3-day involuntary hold to a 2-week involuntary hold because I'm fucking throwing chairs at people. You know. And so I had 2 weeks on my hands to sit in a psych ward and think about it. And, you know, after like 7 days, like I got to the conclusion that I needed to make a change, you know. But I wish you could hammer it into people's heads that they need to get better, but you just can't, you know. So yeah, there's no shortage of people out there that are getting to that point.
Does it get easier? A question for Jimmy too, I guess.
Yeah.
Does it get easier?
In some ways, yeah, and in some ways, no. Because like in the beginning, you got like all that, like, you know, it's all the wreckage and devastation that you've brought about with your shit is just so fresh, and that you've got all this desperation. After like a few years, you know, you get your life back. You know, you're like got all the things to do, you know, you're busy, you know, you got the money, you got the relationships, you know, and so like the maintaining the sobriety, it's hard to squeeze it into your new busy schedule, you know, and if you don't maintain the shit, then you're gonna lose it, you know. They say whatever you put before sobriety, you're gonna lose anyway. So put sobriety first. And it's tough to do that once you got your life back, you know.
Yeah, so that as I once heard, don't let the gifts you get in sobriety keep you away from sobriety.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
You know, I heard I was at dinner last night, and someone was talking about like you know, I don't know if it was like the art of war or something, you know, and like they said, yeah, you know, like key to fighting is the element of surprise, and I'm like, wow, that's a really honorable way to describe a sucker punch. The element of surprise,
which, by the way, could be one of the best parts of Jackass 3D.
Yeah.
Fucking boxing.
You know, when we shot
shit.
When we shot that fucking BB through my nipple, right? My nipple's gushing blood. I'm standing there, and this is what didn't even make fucking 3.5. I'm so pissed about it, dude. And I'm standing there with my nipple gushing blood, and I'm like fucking, I'm going, oh, dude, I'm so happy it stayed in. That's what I wanted. I got a BB in my nipple. It stayed in. This is great. And then, boom. Fucking Bam comes behind me with a goddamn boxing glove and fucking straight up breaks my nose.
The slow motion shit looked great.
He fucking broke me, dude. He moved my nose like fucking way. It's still fucking all fucked up, man. I'm sitting there. I got shot at the hospital with a fucking broken nose and a BB in my nipple. And they're like, yeah, we can't do anything for your nose. And I'm like, you're not touching my nipple, dude. I need to keep that BB in for work.
I love how everybody was walking around covering their balls.
Yeah,
like
well, that's been that way
every
for years.
scene, you would just see like if somebody was in front of you and you were behind, because everybody was just doing that thing where they reach back and punch the other guy in the nuts.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking painful.
It's fucking nuts. Okay, dude, so let me tell you about this fucking time. Like, and I love this story, man. It's got some behind the scenes Jackass shit. Okay, so I'm hooking up with this girl when we start filming our first Jackass movie, and like, as soon as she pulls out my wiener, right? And like, as soon as she gets my cock out, she feels like she needs to tell me something serious, right? Like, it's super awkward. She pulls out my cock and she looks at me and says, I was in a bad car accident. You know, and I'm like,
what the fuck is that about?
I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, like, so then she says, get ready to have a really good time. And this chick fucking takes out her upper teeth. She just takes out this fucking like denture plate shit because she lost her upper teeth in this car accident. She lost her upper teeth, right? Like, I fucking got knocked out by the steering wheel or some shit.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't know. So this fucking chick takes out her upper teeth. She fucking goes down on me, right? And like, I mean, I'm a premature ejaculating dude, man. I got a small, crooked ass dick, and I come fucking fast, right?
That's also a great title for your second book.
You know, like, the best title would have been Tears on My Jizz Rag. Okay, so this chick goes down on me, and I mean, this is like the fucking fastest thing. But I think to myself, holy shit, this isn't a Hummer this chick's giving me. She's giving me a fucking Gummer, dude, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I couldn't even wait. I couldn't wait to go tell Knoxville and the gang, you know? I'm like, just holy shit, dude, this is fucking fantastic. And that's what they thought, too. They were so happy with this story. They fucking found a shark with no teeth to bite me in the first movie. And that's the story of the whale shark Gummer. Yeah, that's how we fucking did. I just fucking love that.
Wait, were you able to pop quick with her? You blew a load? Oh, see,
Yeah.
gum job would fucking kill me mentally. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Why?
Oh, dude,
I wouldn't
no,
believe that it was a car accident. I think her teeth rotted out or she did fucking meth. Or she just...
And
I want to fuck her in the ass.
you know what? That would probably make me come even faster. You know, so I'm thinking like this girl's got. There's something sexy about no self-esteem and like total no regard for you.
How'd you lose your teeth? I didn't listen.
You're getting the he has to go thing.
Yes.
A lot of interviews today, Steve-O.
Busy,
Kind of, yeah,
Steve.
man. Kind
You got to
of.
come back when you
That's
can
cool,
spend
man.
a longer time with
Yeah,
us.
Yes.
I'm so stoked that you guys all have books, man.
Fuck
Fucking-
yeah. It looks
Happy
like
you're sober, man.
It looks like a great one.
It really is, man. There's no bad reviews or anything, and I'm stoked on that.
This is not a bullshit memoir. This is 300 pages, 2 different photo sections. This is like a real hardcover book. This is not just some cheesy thing that someone threw
And let's
together.
not forget chapter 15.
great.
My son is a shit fuck.
Best title ever.
That sells it right there.
That's a
Fuck.
legit quote.
All right,
man.
Steve.
Yeah, I love you guys. Thank
Thanks.
you so
You gotta
much.
sign the
Thanks,
front.
Steve.
Yeah, man.
Sign
Fine,
the-
huh?
yeah,
All
accept.
right, we're
done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
get
it.
one of the. Could you,
We're outta here.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
The Virus. Sirius XM.